Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I'm hoping we're going to get off this rock. We got 12% left to go. Just 12%. It has been a long time coming. We have had a lot of ups and downs. We've had a massive learning curve. Well, okay, I've had a massive learning curve. You've probably just been screaming at the screen telling me what a moron I am, but, you know, I can understand that because I probably would have been doing the same. But anyway, I'm going to make a whole load more robots. This is just something for me to do to pass the time until we can launch our rocket, and I want to make a mass of construction robots so that when I chuck down a couple more big areas of concrete, they get filled up a lot faster. Just because I think it's going to look pretty cool. So we'll test it out a sec. I've almost got them all built. Just another little stack of 44 to go, and then we can chuck all of them in. I'll feed them all into this one right here, so it's really close as well. Is that all of them? Almost. There we go. Right. Now, let's get our blueprint for concrete and chuck them all down. How are we going to do this? How are they going to do it? Oh, that's brilliant. I never get tired of seeing that. That is brilliant. Awesome. Right. Okay, let's put out a few more. We'll make them work this time. Spread them all out. There we go. It's just like a cloud of them coming out. I am hoping sometime in the future that I can get several thousand construction robots all laid out, all in an area, and then we can throw down loads of concrete and then we'll see what happens. That is going to be epic. And 93%. Oh, we're so close. We are so close. This is really exciting. I am really excited about this. Oh, they all filled up yesterday when we had a little power outage and the biters got through the walls. I guess everything kind of stopped and then all picked up all at once, because the belts would have still been working, so they would have filled everything up, but nothing else would have been picked up. 95. 95, there's a couple, I've seen some more fuel go in. There we go, there's 8 of them. Any more? Come on. Maybe I could carry some down rather than let the robots do it. Be a little bit quicker. There's not really any point in doing any more research. I don't think I'm going to get any further. Put in the ones that I picked up yesterday there. Chuck down a little bit more concrete. Okay, we'll do this just to pass the time. I'm so excited. We're at 95%. It must be more by now. They look brilliant. I really can't wait to get thousands of robots going. It's going to be brilliant. I really do like the way that you get the swarms of robots moving over everything. It's absolutely brilliant. And yes, I realise I'm sounding a bit like a broken record, but I'm kind of excited. 98! 98. This one makes 99. There we go. Okay, this is it. This is it. We're going to do it. There's another one. Okay, that makes 5. 6. It's going to be 7. 8 and 9. We've done it! 99. Preparing. Yes! We've done it! We are finally getting off of this planet. We're getting away from these incessant bugs. I mean, yes, we're leaving all the robots behind, but I can live with that. I can live with it. I have the technology, I can build more friends. Okay, no, wait, I don't want to launch yet, do I? I want to put the satellite in. Put the satellite in the inventory, and I think that's everything. Okay, robots, fare thee well. Frithgar is out of here.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Houston, say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main beam bus on a
No! No! I'm supposed to be home! Not stuck on another rock! Oh. OMG. Will you look at the size of those bases? The biter bases. Can you see the biter bases? And we're kind of back to square one. Well, at least we've got plenty of coal. We're going to have to start over, I think. I can't believe that we crash landed on another alien planet. This wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to be home. I was supposed to be sitting beside the beach, sipping, I don't know, whatever it is that I want to sip, grapefruit juice? Sipping a grapefruit juice, telling the world about my story and how I overcame all the adversity and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm just going to get I'll get a load of stone here. If I get like 20 odd stone all at once, then I can make build a load of furnaces. I can't believe we're having to go all the way back to square one. I'll let you in on a little secret though. We have got masses of resources available this time. I don't know if you can see it quite quick enough, but we've got like 3, 4, 5,000 in every single node. So we have got huge amounts of resources this time, which means that we are not going to be running dry anytime soon. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put 4 burner mining drills all together in a group as soon as I've got the resources available to do it, and just grab a load of this by myself a minute. There should be a little bit more coal in a minute. I can pop that in there, get a bit more coal out of that one. I'll feed a little bit into that one, so that one will keep running and run the second one as well. And once you put 4 of them in a loop, they basically keep filling each other up until you get 50 in each one, and then you can just control-click each one of them and gather up 200 coal just like that. It's a really efficient way of gaining early game coal. A little trick that I learned, I cannot actually remember where I learned it from, but it was a little trick that I seen somewhere, and I would love to know where I actually picked this one up, because it's brilliant, and I would like to credit the person who I discovered it from. I have no idea where they discovered it. So it's gone round in a loop now, so now that they're all collecting, they feed into the next one, and so they have basically a permanent supply until all of them are full, and then they all stop. Unfortunately, you can't do the same with the iron ore, anything like that, but at least we've got a supply of fuel. So I'll grab a little bit of the iron ore here, and when I've got enough, I should then be able to start building a couple of extra mining drills, that sort of thing. I'm going to be wanting to get copper as well, because I'm going to move to electricity as quickly as possible, so that I don't have to worry about building loads of burner mining drills and stuff, because that's another mistake that I made early in the game last time, was I built loads of burner mining drills and the burner inserters and stuff like that. I don't want to use those unless I've absolutely got to. I'll use a couple on this little setup right here, just sort of to tide us over. I'm not going to be setting up lines of coal feeding in everywhere, because I can avoid all of that. I can just move straight to the electricity and get that going nice and quick, because any burner inserters or burner mining drills that you make, you end up not being able to get rid of, which I find to be a bit of a nuisance, because you've got to stash them somewhere. You can't break them down for resources later on. I mean, yeah, you don't really need the resources, but they do take up space in a chest somewhere, and they're just a nuisance. So let's go and I've got some copper over here. If I can start getting a little bit of copper and smelting a bit, I want to get some more stone for furnaces. We've got a few patches of oil right there, I see as well. And looking on the mini-map, I don't actually see very much oil close by, so we may have to just travel out a little bit to get those. Although the natives this time are going to be a little bit more peaceful than they were last time. They're not going to attack us unless we attack them first. They're going to let us pillage the planet as much as we like and pollute it as much as we like, and they're not going to raise even an eyebrow, let alone a scaly antenna or a spiky foot, and they're certainly not going to start spitting at us and biting and clawing and all the other nasty things that their brethren did on the previous planet. So yes, I think we're making progress, you know. I mean, yes, admittedly, it's sort of down to them. They seem to be making progress. We're still, you know, stealing all the resources and polluting the place. But that aside, got some copper going now. I want to get a few copper plates so that I can start building the first electronics. I want a steam engine and a boiler. We just have the one of each to start with, and then we can... actually, I'll get 2 boilers. I want to get a pump as well. As soon as I got the pump, that means that I can start building an electricity supply. Let's put it just down here. We can move everything around later on and expand much further. We're not really limited to where we can expand. The only thing that we do need to have is a bit of water reasonably close to wherever we have our main oil processing plant. And the oil processing plant is going to be huge. You've seen the size of the one that we had last in our other world. We had, what was that, 3 refineries, I think it was. I'm going to have 6, maybe even 10 refineries. I'm just going to go completely overboard with it. So I'm going to need something that is going to be using up all of the resources that I want to be making up. Now, like I said before, we're going to be building a mega base. So we need to have something that is going to be consuming the resources. Otherwise, we just, fill up a load of storage and then that's it. Everything grinds to a halt. So what is going to be our primary resource consumption? And I've been giving this some careful thought. Now, obviously, you can. I am going to be introducing railways later on, and there are some different mods that you can get that can do things. But I wanted to start off just with vanilla game. I like to do this with any game that I play. You'll probably notice from some of my other videos. I like to go for vanilla game until I've explored the possibilities that the vanilla game has to offer before I start adding mods. And I don't use mods as like an extra game for me. I use it to just sort of bring an extra level of complexity to the game that I already love. So I would guess that later on we'll add mods to maybe add some extra resources in, maybe give us a bit of something to do at the end game. I'm just throwing down a lab so that we can start our research and get some automation, which means that I'll then be able to start producing the red science packs and then the green science packs, and we get all of that. We'll just do a basic setup for now until we've done a bit of research, and then we can sort of expand it out and get a much bigger thing going. So I don't know how long you can keep going with the research for. I did hear somewhere that some of the researching points are kind of open-ended. You can just keep going with them. I don't know, like the robot followers and that. I don't know if they're completely unlimited or there is, a finite amount somewhere. That's something that I've yet to discover. But that aside, I'm thinking that rocket launches, we launched one rocket and that took a lot of resources. So if we had like a dozen rocket silos all in a line, and we were continuously launching rockets out of those on a regular basis and putting satellites up in space, that would be a good consumption of resources. Now, I don't know if, because obviously we had to click launch on that rocket, didn't we? So we had to do it manually. I don't know if there's a way to automate that so that it automatically feeds in a satellite when it's ready to go and then launches a thing off up into space so that you've got a continual stream, which means that we would have to continuously move out to find more resources, more iron and copper. Even though we've got such rich nodes, we would eventually use them all up, which I think would actually sort of go well with the whole idea of the mega base, because we're constantly expanding to keep launching out all of these rockets. The rockets could be anything that you want. They don't just have to be satellites. We can just say that they're, deep space exploration or something. Who knows? It could be anything. There's no real limit on that. It's just that's more of an imagination thing. And I'm certain that there are actually mods that can be added to the game to add other things that you can put into your rocket and launch out. I've seen references to ion cannon. Ion cannon? I can't talk very well. I am quite tired. I've had a very busy day and I'm doing this quite late at night, to be honest. But ion cannons. Ion cannons. That's it. Ion, not iron. Ion. Ion cannons. Basically the big laser from space that shoots down and blasts everything on the planet. We could get one of those going. That would be pretty cool. I don't know how they work. I've got no idea. I've just seen a reference to them somewhere that you can get an ion cannon and use that to your advantage, which I think would be great fun. I think we could have a lot of fun with something like that. So I'm almost ready to get my red science pack here underway. I'm going to have 3 of them right here. I just need copper to be brought in. I've got the gear wheels being made there. I just need the copper plates, which means that I'm going to have to get a load of iron, and then I'm going to have to drag a conveyor belt all the way from over here and take it all the way back this way, and then I'm going to have to get electricity poles and drag them all back the other way. so that we've got the both of them. I've also run out of fuel over there, so let's just top that one up a second. There we go. Top up the others. I've got some copper and everything. Right, so we've got copper feeding back through. Get a bit more iron so that I can make some more conveyor belts. And that should be everything. Then we can start making the red science packs, and as soon as we got those, that means we can start concentrating then on the next set of science packs. Yes, this is the only problem, is I need to put it onto the top side of the belt. No, I need to go up one more, don't I? Or at least bring it back in one. There we go, just like that. I can get rid of the one on the outside corner, pick up those, and that's going in the right place. There we go. So now we've got all of them feeding in, and we're making red science packs. So if I can get a conveyor belt to run out here, I will just run some... I can put 2 or 3 of these down here, and then I can always turn the corner and extend a few more out, and we can move it all at a later date. This is one thing I do like about this, is when you pick something up, it doesn't instantly destroy it. You can just place it down elsewhere. So yeah, there's pros and cons to not destroying everything when you move it. Like I said, I would like to be able to recycle some pieces, but I'm not the only one. I have seen on the forums a number of times, there's a lot of people actually that would like to be able to recycle items when they're finished using them. I'd like to get another research lab down if I could. Third one for now would be a big help, I should think, but let's get some more mining drills out anyway. Increase the ore production. I'm eventually going to cover this patch of iron ore here completely with mining drills, so that we will have a massive quantity of iron ore being dragged out of it. So that should get us all of the starting amount of iron plates and steel plates that we need, keep us running. As soon as I am able, I'm going to be researching up to solar panels so that I don't have to rely on steam engines, and because of all the resources that we've got right here, the only issue, I mean, we've got all the stuff here that we need to make the solar panels, the iron and the copper and that, but what we don't have is very much oil. Now, the oil patches that we do find are going to have loads of oil compared to the last game, like the normal game, because we've got everything is so rich in resources, but there was only 3 over by the copper over there, and I don't think we've got any more anywhere nearby, which is a bit of a nuisance. I was hoping that we would have more. We might have to go and fight our way out of it. I mean, the 3 is actually going to be enough. Those 3 patches by the copper, they will actually be enough to start with, because we can use that to make a few batteries. We'll be able to use that to make the plastics and the batteries that we need just to start off with, and then we can convert the batteries and everything into solar panels and laser turrets, and then once we've got the laser turrets going, we will then be able to expand much further through all of these enemy bases. Now, the one issue I do have with the massive size of the enemy bases that we have got surrounding us, there was talk of, in one of the upcoming patches, changing it so that you can't place laser turrets close enough to an enemy base to actually destroy it. If this is actually implemented in the next patch, we might be in a spot of trouble, because we're not going to be ready for some serious hand-to-hand combat for quite some time, and this place is absolutely crawling. We are not going to be able to fight our way through a load of these. I mean, yes, they won't attack us until we attack them, so we could in theory get closer, but if we can't place anything like within laser turret range of a base, that also means that we're not going to be able to get close enough to get the oil either, are we? Unless it's only going to be on defences or something like that. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out, but anyway, we've got our 3 laser turrets going on here. I can make a couple more steam engines and a couple more boilers just to tide us over. I will actually move this in the very near future, I think. We'll just sort of tidy this piece up a little bit. What are we going to go for next? Right, those are... oh, there's one. Yeah, I'll stick one out on the corner as well. Yeah, go for it. Let's put one on the corner there. So those have got... they've all got coal in them. We've got the 4 or 5 steam engines down there for now. That'll tide us over for a little while. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of things to research at Just Take Red Science Packs. We're going to need to... I think the next thing we need to do is get the Green Science Packs underway. That shouldn't take too long. We can make a sort of smallish one. We can always increase it at a later date. I think the main thing now is to try and advance as fast as possible to steel production, oil production, and batteries and sulfur and stuff like that, so that we can start making solar panels and start making laser turrets. Solar panels and laser turrets are what I want to get first. Then we can start worrying about the other things and sort of expanding a bit more rapidly. As soon as we've got that stuff sort of set up, then we can start expanding the base a lot more, start moving out from this little bit in the middle and clearing out some of the enemy bases. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to be before the patch, and I will, between now and the next episode, I will investigate to see what we're going to be able to do in the next patch. You know, are we going to be limited to our building this soon, or is that going to be a bit later on? Because if it's later on, we're okay. We'll be fine. By that time, we'll have every type of munition and ammunition and fighter bot and everything else that we can possibly get our hands on. So it's not anything that we're going to have to concern ourselves with. So I'm just putting down a second one of these ready for starting our Green Science Patch production. But that is actually all I got time for today. So if you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.